Hey everybody, and welcome along to today's edition of the Irish Golfer Podcast. It's Open Sunday, and we'll all pretend to be really excited. Peter Finnan here, and joined by Rode McNamara here.
It's Rhodes.
Sorry, Dan Rapp's best mate. Yeah, I'm back. I'm like Lazarus, and Mark McGowan as well, Donegal's finest.
Yeah, the only man who went to the Open and came back with nothing from the shop.
Really?
Nothing whatsoever. I went in there. All I wanted to do was get a flag, and I've been there since Monday morning. And I went in on Sunday afternoon, and they were all sold out. So
yeah,
can't get a sign now.
He hit me up then saying, "Oh, you have a flag in the office." So, yeah, so I'll do a flag giveaway in the podcast rather than giving it to him. Yeah, I don't know how we dissect this. Like, we'll get stuck into it now in a minute, but before we do, this podcast is brought to you in association with Shrixon Cleveland Golf. We had another major win for Cleveland. Shrixon, actually. Shrixon. I'm calling them out the whole time. You can go on to eu.dunlopsports.com to check out what Shrixon have on offer. But yeah, Scottie Scheffler uses a ZU85 4-iron, like a driving utility.
And that was the difference. That's what separated him.
It actually
from
was the
field.
difference. You know, I followed him. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but I followed him around. He hit it a few times today, so yeah.
that would be his club into 16, wouldn't it?
It would. That was his calamity club. You know, 3 out of 4. That's the difference. He won by 4 shots. He's picked it up on that hole.
Yeah,
Done.
He didn't birdie it today.
Shrixon.
Shite.
Yeah, shite. Yeah, right. Where do we get stuck? It's a hard one to dissect. We've crowned a new Open champion, but 100% he's not the People's champion. You're filling up vapes here while we're doing the thing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what was your take on that, Ron? How did you...
It was... McIlroy said it on Saturday. The man's inevitable. I mean, we were watching his tee shot on the first, and it looked like he went a mile left, and it turned out to be okay, and knocks it to a foot, and you're thinking, for God's sake, it's over already. I mean...
Yeah,
it was done. It was done. Look, he's just an incredible player. Fearless. Just like even when he makes, I was thinking on Friday, when's the last time this man's made a double bogey? Makes one today, and that bounce back stat that won him the PGA Championship pretty much came out again. Like he makes a birdie on the next, and he just doesn't give you any hope whatsoever. Like it was a four shot win in the end. Like. 4-shot win that felt like 7 or 8 shots, to be perfectly honest. And in the end, no one really chased him. A lot of players made mistakes at the start where he didn't. And yeah, it was sort of like Brian Harman's win at the Open in 2023, just a bit of a procession.
Yeah, I was saying that coming back in the car kind of reminded me. I went first from it was like Stuart Sink when he killed Tom Watson, but at least that was an exciting Open on the Sunday because you drama right up to the 72nd. It was only the playoff that we didn't get the result. Like we got the story without the result, but it actually boils back. Like I've been going to the Open since 2003. My first Open was Royal St. George's with Ben Curtis winning, and it just reminded me of that. It just stank the place out. He's a great champion, not Ben Curtis.
Just not the champion we need.
It's domination what he's doing now, and he's strangling golf tournaments, and he's smothering golf tournaments, but he's also smothering atmospheres and any crack that was on site there today. He killed it so early, like you said. Like I made a point today of coming up here, and I said, right, what am I going to do here? What's everyone going to do? They're going to follow Rory McIlroy, and they're going to try and get that. And I said, no, I'm going to drop back. You followed Rory, Mark, for a few holes, didn't you?
Very few. I followed Scottie for way more.
Yeah, so I did the whole. I did up to 10 with Scottie, and in behind the ropes, walked. You know, I was close enough to him. There was only 4 or 5 media behind the ropes at the start of it. Yeah, and it's frightening to see up close execution from someone like him. He was not getting any love for the crowd. Like I've never experienced. Like it, like I was saying to a few of the guys I was talking to going around, like, because I was in that close that I could actually hear him talking hole to hole with Ted Scott. Like he was ranking quarterbacks in the first 3 holes. Then they were talking about steaks, dinner. He was putting birdies in between. Like he birdied 3 of the first 5 holes, talking absolute pony and oblivious to what's going on around him. He never looked at Hao Tong Lee once. Like when Hao Tong was putting for He was putting for par from about 6 or 7 foot on the third, and Scottie was already down 50 yards away checking the wind on the 4T. Wasn't letting, like, he showed zero interest in what was going on around him. But every time he was faced with a shot, just switch on, hit it, execute, switch off. I've never seen someone like that. And in the face of absolute staunch, it's borderline hatred, some of the stuff that was coming at him. Like, I'll read you off some of the stuff that I heard going around the first 7 holes, right? And they were giving him proper jip. So every time, oh, Rory's coming for you, Rory's coming for you. The biggest cheer he got in the first 6 holes was when he missed the 6th green, when he screwed back off the front of it. People were, oh yeah, the weirdest roar I've heard of them all day. That's not your child. They kept roaring at him. That's not your child, right? And then other people, wife and kids, Scottie, fuck golf. This is the same bunch of guys following around. And like, I'm within 5 yards of him walking around. There is no way he couldn't hear it. Jesus. And it was repetitive. Rory's coming for you. You don't shank this one, Scottie. And then you get the odd USA coming in after it, and he obviously focuses on that. But if someone asked him that in the media centre, now do you hear any of that? He doesn't get bought in or drawn into any of that, but there's no way he couldn't have heard it. The weirdest feeling I've ever had, I've been following golf over 20 years, going to big tournaments, and you see big moments in golf tournaments, and you're used to like hair standing on the back of your neck. This was the total opposite. But I was in absolute awe watching him execute. But like, he held a birdie put on 4. It was really good. He got some ripples. He got a nice cheer for that. It was good. But on 5, he I don't know. Do you see the birdie he had on 5? Like, hits it up short, clips it in about 10, 15 foot. Hold the putt. There's 1,000 people around that green. Not one person clapped or roared. Like, literally dead, flat, calm, silent. And the first celebration he had in 6 holes was when he got up and down on the 6th. For par, he holds a 20-footer for par and he gives a massive fist bump. Holds a 25-footer on 7 for par, fist bump.
Yeah, that was pretty much that sort of period. There was the half hour of excitement. So the most exciting 45 minutes today was the 15 minutes before Scheffler teed off, and that 20 minutes or half an hour, whatever it was, through 6, 7, and 8. Whenever it looked as though, geez, maybe he's actually hanging on here. He's made 2 really good par saves, and then follows it with a double. And you're like, this might actually be on. And then, of course, birdies on 9, stiffs one in, close on 10, actually misses the putt. Routine par on 11, birdie on 12, and he's just right back to, he's completely blotted that double bogey out of his mind. He's got a 5-shot lead again, and
no electricity.
It was over all day, but it was definitely over at that point.
I was saying coming up here, I came up this morning with Kieran and my brother, and I was saying in the car coming up, like, the great thing about Sunday at major at any big golf tournament, you even get it at Irish Opens, like in the K Club and Royal County Down, you're in around the golf course and something happens out on the golf course and you get that, none of that. Like, we got zilch. And it's not all down to Scottie. None of the rest of them actually did anything to put pressure on.
Yeah, I mean,
not enough pressure.
Not enough pressure. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you needed McIlroy to start birdie,
and Matty Fix, he stunk the joint out like with Rory.
I mean, look, but that birdie Scottie made in the first was just like, I mean,
sickening.
It was. We thought on the
Did
tee,
you see it?
Gone a little
Did
bit,
you watch it?
Yeah,
so it's a scaldy birdie. He snaps it a bit left into the rough. Clips it up right, and it feeds the whole way around. To
that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it would be that he played it up the left side to give himself the best angle into that pin.
Hit that bank.
He played the shot absolutely perfect. Tapped in for birdie. I mean, Hao Tong Lee hit one into 3 or 4 feet, and Scottie had already had his birdie in before Hao Tong put it.
He didn't even Scottie didn't even mark his ball.
No,
just got up, tapped it in. Next. But like, you list out the names that you were expecting something like. Before this round, I thought Fitzy would do something. I thought him and McIlroy would feed off each other. I totally ignored Chris Goddard, if I'm being honest. I thought it might have got to him today. I thought Harris English would do well. Those 2 boys were the only 2 that really close the gap in any way. How Tong Lee was only short of getting Scottie to sign flags. Like he was with him for the crack. He was having a bit of fun.
Lee and Scottie are best buds now.
Yeah.
See, they're going to text each other when How Tong gets to the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but like I'm looking through a list of names of people that you thought, you even go further back. Xander brought it today, in
He
fairness
was
to
too
him.
far back anyway.
But he was too far back. Tyrrell Hatton didn't. Like Rob McIntyre. Like you're going back as far. Wyndham Clark then, he actually, of all the lads to do well on a Sunday. But no,
he had a smashing day.
it's a
that
tough
that
one
just
to
went
digest.
over Pete's head altogether.
Yeah, I know. I
terrible
listen,
hosting.
we let it go. It's a dad joke.
We love dad jokes on this podcast.
No, but I don't know. Are you going away from this major disappointed?
I mean, yeah, of course you are, because you want fireworks on the Sunday. That's what it's. The whole thing leads up to Sunday afternoon, and you just want it. I mean, of course, you want the right person to win at the end of it, but you want somebody to win in an exciting fashion. You want drama on this for 71st, 72nd hole, and I mean, what we got was a victory procession.
It was perfect.
Which
golf.
I mean, like full credit, obviously, to Scottie. But the best compliment you can give him is that he took a field of 156 of the best golfers in the world and just made his win look boring. Like, that's incredibly hard to do. It's just also incredibly hard to get too excited about.
And the thing about it is, if any of those names that I name checked there did do something, Scottie had another gear.
Yeah,
That's the frightening part.
You think if he played the final 6 holes in level par, every single one of them, he missed the fairway on 17. That's the only fairway he missed. Apart from that, he had every other fairway. He had every green, and most of the time he was
Pin
putting
high.
himself inside
20 foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just relentless.
I'm an anorak. I love good golf. I loved the Tiger era because I felt part of it. I felt included, be that through like Nike doing cool things. The coolest thing about Scottie Scheffler is the Rolex ad that they've done with him. Outside that, nothing else about him's interesting. I just can't get engaged. I can't get connected, and he's nearly too good for golf.
I mean, like,
He's too good at golf.
is there another golfer whose child has got as much airtime?
Yeah.
And that's simply because there's nothing exciting is going to happen if you have the camera focused on Scottie.
Yeah.
You might as well pan the camera to his kid. At least, you get a
He
few
lets his
oohs
guard
and
down.
ahs.
Yeah,
then,
let's
like,
go.
Bennett's won 2 majors without making a bogey.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't know. He had a bit of a tumble there today. He was like a young Peter Finnan.
Yeah. I followed Larry for 9 holes, and the atmosphere around him going up 18, it sort of made me think, maybe something could happen today. And the whole for Rory McIlroy.
because he set the tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did set the tone, and it just died the death. Like, we were in the media centre watching one of the most generational collapses you'll ever see. Unfortunately, it was the wrong game of hurling that you needed to see it in. We needed to see it out there on the golf course. Now, what happened in Croke Park was fantastic. But like, once Scottie birdied the first, we genuinely could have all gone home.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the crowd were definitely ready for it. Everybody there today was fully ready to get behind this big charge that they were all expecting to come. And I mean, yeah, that's the thing about anticipation and excitement, is like it fizzles out really, really quick.
I still, like, Matty Fitz and Tyrrell Hatton had poor Saturdays, and like, they were never going to get to 17 under. Even like Pete's going on about bringing the juice. They had never had a chance.
No.
Even if they played their best, and you include McIlroy in this, they hadn't a prayer of getting to 17 under. Not in their lifetime. No chance.
The one lad, I think, like, there'll be a lot of players that go away. Like, every major, you get players that go away disappointed. You have a long list of lads. There'll be very few go away disappointed this week, saying, I could have got close to that. I do think someone like, even though he's miles back, Bryson will go away disappointed this
Bryson
week.
played great golf on 3 pet days.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So did Scottie Scheffler.
yeah,
Bryson also, like, in his press conference afterwards, he said, like, after that first day, he just decided, right, I'm gonna go out tomorrow, and I'm gonna go for absolutely everything, and that was the philosophy he played with for the last
I just
3
think
rounds.
he'll regret.
He just went for absolutely everything, and I mean,
Try tell him to hit a 5-iron 140 yards.
Yeah, but he's not capable
Oh.
of that. Not what, because his 5-iron is like a putter. It's like a but no, but yeah, he'll go away. He's one of the players that impressed me a lot this week. That it was Friday wasn't a pet day. That's when he done his most scoring.
He got good conditions though.
Yeah, but it was still windy. It was blustery out there. I just think he'll regret not taking it to the course early. We quizzed him up. Like, I asked him an equipment question on, what was that, Tuesday or Wednesday? And got a nothing answer back from it. But then it turns out he's just on the range all day testing new golf balls. Yeah. Like, he should have hit the course earlier. He hadn't hit the course at that stage. I think he only played 9 holes in practice. That's not great prep. And then when you see it's like a baptism of fire on Thursday, hits him with a 78, like... And then he comes out and he shoots unbelievable golf. You could see how much it meant to him. Like, I was never a Bryson fan up until this year. The YouTube stuff really has me a bit more engaged with him. And him as a person, he just seems to... He gives a lot more than he takes from the... I think he'll be disappointed. And, like, I was happy to see him play well, but...
of course he'll be disappointed. I mean, when you go out and shoot 78 the first day, and where did he finish? Top 10? Maybe top 15, something
Top
like
10,
that.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course you're going to go away disappointed, kind of thinking what might have been, but I mean, going back to Scottie, actually, there's another thing this wasn't proper links weather. We all know that it was really sunny.
But the weekend was benign.
There was a little bit of wind over the weekend. I mean, so when you take away some of the variables out of the thing, I mean, again, that just plays into Scottie's hands more than any other player.
They were taken away for everybody.
I know they were taken away for everybody, but I mean, one of the biggest, like one of the sort of maybe the things that could work against him in a tournament is not hitting your stock shots and everything. Because yes, of course, it's going to be a challenge to everybody, but whenever you're hitting your stock shots, he's already proven time and time again that he is the best player in the world at doing that. So it's no surprise that whenever we got benign weather, that he was able to separate himself and do so comfortably. Like,
I just find it hard, as in listening to Nick Faldo yesterday and listening to some of the comments Porrick Harrington said, and knowing how much the game of golf means to so many people on a mad level. Like, when I go out and play a monthly medal, or I go out and play a captain's prize, or, and you lads would be the same. You're juiced, or you're mad for it. Like, you're so into it, and it hurts you when you don't play well. It hurts every club golfer out there. To hear him talk, like, the disconnect. He's probably the first world number one that I can remember in my lifetime that you just wouldn't enjoy going out for a pint with, because you'd get nothing out of it. Like, you'd learn nothing, you get nothing. And he's the type of lad, you ask a question like, oh, what's it like to do this? Oh, I don't know.
Definitely a Rockshore drinker.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, and a light beer man.
A light beer man.
Yeah.
No, but it's not good for the game.
But
like, he's unbelievably talented.
But I think his comments, the nihilism was taken a little bit. It was taken a little bit out of context. I mean, people went. I mean, yeah, he says, like, it's more or less you go back to the grindstone again the next day is what he was.
He loves winning.
Pretty much saying. I think people took that a little bit too literal, and that it was like he doesn't enjoy winning. The only joy he gets out of life is by, I don't know what,
going to mass,
family or whatever.
He's like Father Stone off Father Ted, like your man that just, I'm fine.
Yeah, but I think in his press conference afterwards, he did talk a little bit about that. But he says, no, it is really
gratifying,
really fulfilling and everything to win the Open and everything. But he's flat out again. Let's go back to it. He's just not the most exciting or engaging person, and that's just who he is. Yeah,
and it's like, it's just, there's zero connection. It's not a criticism. I love watching him execute. If he just gave he has the attributes to be the most recognizable sports person on the planet. Like, he has the attributes of Tiger Woods, but he doesn't He doesn't inspire anything, and he seems like he doesn't want to inspire anything. He's just happy doing his own thing and tipping about.
But it's, again, he's won now, each major he's won by a minimum of like 4 shots. Do you think he won the Masters? Did he win the Masters by 3?
Won the Masters by 3.
Won the Masters by 3,
5.
3, 4, 5, and 4 again.
Yeah.
Which more or less could have been 6 if he'd wanted it to be 6.
Yeah.
So that also factors in. I mean, we were used to seeing, like, a lot of Tiger won a lot of tournaments by wide margins, but Tiger also won an awful lot of tournaments by birdieing the 72nd hole, or by maybe birdieing the 72nd hole to get into a playoff or something like that. You know, like there was an awful lot of drama involved in his victories, whereas Scottie's, and particularly Scottie's biggest wins, have been routine, and like the tournament has been over by the time the last back 9 came along. So that's part of the reason why we don't.
I don't know. I would disagree a little bit with that. I would say Tiger Woods had the biggest major victory in history, like in Pebble Beach, and I remember most of that because I was locked in. I was engaged. I've been now to 3 of Scottie Scheffler's. I've been on the set. Well, I didn't even bother going to the 72nd hole actually at a second Masters, because what was the point? I was there when he 4-putted on the first green.
Like
I was
there now. What's the point?
No,
what's the point of it
More
all?
nihilism.
But he smothered every major when he had, even the one he's won by 3 shots, his first major. He 4-putted the last to win by 3. Like, it was mental watching it, and like, yeah. So like,
there's like Larry made the point there today. If he didn't do the thing with his feet and, you know, had the graceful swing like Tiger Woods, everyone would rave about him and rave about like just this perfection. Whereas, like, you know, he's just not very stylish the way he does things. It's not great to look at.
Larry hit the nail on the head.
I still think if he walked down Grafton Street, a lot of people wouldn't recognise him.
No, 100% they wouldn't. Yeah. Larry hit the nail on the head though, saying like he thought he wasn't going to miss a putt. He played one for the first 2 days. It was awesome to watch. It's hard to play against a player like that when you know he's not going to miss, and you're watching him going, Jesus. Like, in the second round, I don't know, I might have texted you guys this, like, Lowry hit he hit more fairways than Scottie and the same amount of greens as Scottie. Scottie shoots 65 or whatever, and Lowry not at the races, like, level par. And that's like, it's all like, this week was putting. He put himself in a different planet, but execution all around the course. But yeah, I find it, getting back to the point on the tournaments, Mark. Yeah, you know, Tiger strangled tournaments like that, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
This is not fun.
Yeah, it is, because Tiger is. No, I am agreeing with you about the general principle. I mean, Tiger showed emotion.
Yeah. He cried.
Tiger also was
roared.
Tiger was younger. Tiger was ethnically diverse. There was an awful lot of things that made Tiger more interesting as a person. Like we actually talked about this, like Scottie Scheffler's a white Southern Christian who's really good at golf, and that is not, like, there's nothing out of the ordinary about that.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact of how good he actually is at it.
What, golf or being a Christian?
Well, he's pretty good at both, yeah.
But even when he held the tap in putt on 18, there was more emotion out of How Tong Lee than there was out of Scheffler. I mean, I felt like Scheffler just finished round 1 of like the Byron Nelson with a round like 72, and he just, you know, shakes hands with everybody. Then he sees the wife and child, and then breaks out into emotion.
Yeah.
Like, could have fine with his 2 minutes, to be fair.
I mean,
but you were waiting there for him to just do something.
He should have tapped that in and like basically just bowed to the crowd, or even like put his finger up to his ear, a la Patrick Reed. You know, that's something like that would have.
It was. Do you know what the sad thing is? Right, you look at the photographs we're going to get from this, and you go and you scour Getty Images or look at any of the foil imagery tonight. The stands were empty within 10 minutes after him getting the trophy. People emptied out. A lot of his trophy shots are with clean stands in the back. Not that he gives a shit.
No.
Yeah.
But
to be fair,
so different.
I don't think our man Oisin Canary would have been in the mood for any happy photos today anyway.
No, but yeah. You're getting a lot of digs into the Cork boys now, dude.
Yeah.
Have they wronged you in some way in the past?
Not yet.
No, I just, Yeah, like it's so. Someone said it to me today, and then I asked a few of the English guys. Someone said, "Geez, we've had two." Was it you that said we've had two awful tournaments at Portrush?
Yeah.
The Open.
Well, yeah, we've had Saturday Opens. Like Lowry's win was fantastic because we're Irish, Open held in Ireland. Lowry is who he is. But if you're not of a Lowry persuasion, if you're a South African or even an American, that 2019 Open was shite.
Yeah.
And this was the exact same. We got a dose of it this time.
We got a dose. I don't agree with that, and I think they've been two really good tournaments. But it's just
They've been
In what world is when someone cruises to victory like remotely enjoyable?
Yeah, well, they've been great tournaments.
I get what you're saying,
Everything except the final stretch on Sunday, really.
Yeah, like everyone raves about how good Portrush has been with the two Opens. It's just missing something. It's missing the climax that it deserves.
But
And
the-
it hasn't got that.
Do you know what's
There's
missing? Weather. That's all it was missing this week. Weather.
There's been lots of shite majors until the final 4 or 5 holes, and all of a sudden, like, everything comes to life. And I mean, yeah, for 3.5 days, this was a load of dung. But
Yeah.
now
The
it's
US
amazing.
Open in Oakmont
Whereas-
wasn't great until the Sunday.
Whereas I think we can look at this and say we had 3.5 days of like a really good tournament, and then Scottie killed it.
What will you remember though from like major seasons done now? Like, will you remember anything about Oakmont in a year's time? I'll struggle.
I'll struggle.
Will you
Yeah.
remember this? I won't struggle to remember this. I like, because it was awesome to watch. Like, I'm not engaged now. I'm very disappointed now going away. But this in the memory, like 2025 to me will always be McIlroy Grand Slam taking the box. But it's also a stepping stone, and Scottie doing the same thing. Like, there's no doubt he is going to do the career Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, there is, and he'll do it the first
there's-
time I watch it.
There's a decent chance that at this stage next year, Scottie has already got more majors than Rory, because he's gonna go.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to Augusta as like unless he starts cooking ravioli again. He's gonna go to Augusta as a strong favorite, and he's gonna. Where's the US Open next year again?
I'm not sure, actually. I haven't looked.
Not sure.
But the US Open will be his career Grand Slam attempt, and I mean, no matter what golf course the US Open's played at, like, it's always going to be like prime for him.
It's time as well. Like, he's only, he's 29, 28?
29. Like I'll remember plenty about this Open. Like McIlroy's opening tee shot. We got up for Harrington at 5 o'clock in the morning. That was unbelievable. Larry's reception as well was great. Like the scenes around McIlroy today.
Talk
when he
about the
was
two
teeing
lads,
off were
actually. Yeah,
just-
let's get stuck
Or
in,
just like Ryder Cup scenes. It was mental.
right? Yeah, Rory
And then
McIlroy.
We were there. Like Mark's first Open. We had a great moment yesterday watching the Eagle on 12. Like that was unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it was fabulous, and I've never heard. We talked about this in the pod yesterday, but I've never heard like a roar like that on a golf course. There must have been 10,000 people surrounding that 12th green,
And just went mad.
and the place just absolutely erupted. And that'll be probably the standout memory from this Open for me. But yeah, Rory just look. He needed to go out and absolutely shoot the lights out today. He needed to hit the ground running, get a couple of birdies, get the crowd whipped up into a frenzy, and let it carry him.
Yeah, Rory didn't lose
It
this
just
golf tournament.
didn't- it
Someone
just
else won
didn't
it. Like,
happen
yeah,
for him.
we're like,
He had his B game for most of the week, and then for maybe an hour and a half on Saturday, everything was firing on all cylinders. But he never really played well enough. Like, it's not nerves or anything that cost him. It's just he just didn't play well enough.
Shinnecock.
At Shinnecock next year. Write it down.
But honestly,
Scottie-
yeah, because it's an A to B to C golf
Yeah.
I
course.
think they're
Like,
going to need to lose the golf course to stop Scottie
Yeah.
Scheffler from winning.
how would you, on Rory, how would you rank his major season?
It's like Liverpool winning the league and like, but they only won the league. There is a hint he only won the
Yeah.
Masters.
This is all he needed to
mean,
win.
yeah.
That's all he needs to win. Like,
Like-
because he was so great before the Masters, and everyone thought, it's going to free him up and everything. We just never thought about the actual after effects of winning the Masters. Like,
Like-
he's had a sensational season.
That's what I mean. Who goes away from this season now? Major season is done. If you were to like have a conversation with Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy, who's gone away happier this season?
Rory McIlroy.
100%, I think. And there's to add on to that, who is going to win the Player of the Year this year on the PGA Tour? Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler, yeah.
Because of the way the PGA Tour look at it, I mean, technically it's two majors each because Rory won the Players.
Yeah, no, but
it's going to all come down to the FedEx Cup.
So the players vote for Player of the Year. And Rory, I'm sure if Rory as a player grades his own season, outside of the Masters, he's struggled since then. He's struggled to get his head. There's not one stage of this season in a big event that Scottie Scheffler has struggled. Like even Rory would probably vote for Scottie Scheffler if you'd ask him now. Like Rory has completed a career
after 10 majorless years, if you offered Rory at the start of the year, you're going to win the Masters this year and no other major. Like obviously he is taking your hand off. Yeah. He's absolutely delighted with that. Once he won the Masters, that's Monday morning after the bedlam at Augusta, if you told him you're going to get one top 10 in the next 3 majors this year, what's your thoughts on that? He's like devastated with that. So,
yeah, but he graded him himself kind of in his own press conference. He said on Monday, PGA came too soon for me. US Open wasn't firing, wasn't there. Yeah. This week is different. I'm going to embrace it. He did, and he can walk away from here proud. He's had a really, really good week.
Look, he had, particularly after everything that happened in 2019. I mean, if he'd have played and made the cut and finished 20th in 2019, which is a result that he would have been disappointed with at the time.
Yeah.
But coming in here this week, there'd be a completely different level of pressure on him. Yeah, I mean, Rory didn't play well in practice. Like we followed him a good bit on the practice days. He didn't play well. I mean, we talked about that opening tee shot. He was like he never hit the fairway once. Stuck a couple out of bounds. Like he wasn't firing on all cylinders. He kind of loosened up a little bit once he'd made the cut. Once he'd already done better than the year before. But no, he just didn't have his.
It felt like he was teetering on the verge of brilliance, or like just completely getting caught out just with the way he drove the ball.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, he still drove the ball quite poorly, but like he was just pulling off these heroic shots. But yeah, like he had his B game for pretty much all week.
Yeah, that's still good enough for.
But it's incredible testament to his all round abilities that he could drive it as poorly as he did, and still be up there on the first page of the leaderboard, still with an outside chance to win going into the final round. I mean,
still not good enough to finish ahead of Chris Goddard for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's mad. Rory, like we're talking about Rory, so he's only behind Tiger on the career money list. Not very far behind him, like 106 million. I think Tiger's 120 odd million career money list. Phil Mickelson in third. Scottie's just about closed the gap to him now. By the end of the year, he'll be going to third. He's only on tour 5 years.
He's 90 million.
He's more, yeah. And Phil is 96 or something like that. So it's like by the end of the year, he's going to have.
And that's not including FedEx bonuses, isn't it?
No,
that's just literal
tournament wins.
Tournament prize money.
Sure, it's 4 million in a tournament now. He's winning.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know.
It's mental, but yeah, it's just the empty stands will stick out for me. But no, on the Irish guys, like we've gone into Rory, he's gone away. The walk up 18 was special. Shane Lowry, like I suppose before we get stuck into Lowry, let's play. He gave a really good presser afterwards. There was lots of different angles in this. We might as well play that through in its entirety. There, you get 4 or 5 minutes of a few nice segues into what Shane is taking away from the week, and a big theme for a lot of players. Ryder Cup, it's high on the agenda. We'll get into that afterwards. So here's Shane Lowry.
Just firstly, almost a really grandstand finish on 18 there. In what was an extraordinary morning in a way, it was almost like a different walk down 18 than you've had before, but still special.
Yeah, it was. It's funny, it's funny what you think about when you're out there, but I thought Justin Rose, as I was over that chip shot, and what he did at Birkdale, I thought that would have been pretty cool to finish like that, and almost did, but yeah, look, it was nice today. I got off to a nice start, and the crowds were amazing. They got behind me the whole day, and I just, I was probably one of the most enjoyable rounds of golf I've had in a while. You know, I'm happy I finished like that, and I'll drive down the road, you know, a little bit happier than maybe I would have been. But you know, it's still a week of like, yeah, I put a lot into it and didn't get much out of it type thing. So, onwards and upwards, I suppose, and a couple of weeks off now before the playoffs.
Tell me about the fourth. I mean, obviously you birdied the third. You almost had a hole in one in the third, and then you put it into the hole from 183 yards in the fourth, and kick-starts 6 birdies in 10 holes.
Yeah, it was the same number as the third, so it was, you know, same club, and I missed it a little bit, but there was room out to right, and obviously got a lucky bounce and rolled down and in. It was nice to kind of keep the momentum going, and you know, obviously you're thinking if you can make par, birdie 5, birdie 7, that's kind of what's going through your head. But yeah, it was nice, and then, you know, the putter got hot, and I felt like I was going to hold every putt I looked at out there for a while, which hasn't been the case for a few weeks. So that was nice today.
Shane, the Ryder Cup, you've already said that's now the focus from here on. This has been like a very big dark cloud on your horizon for quite some time, and you haven't had the week you wanted. But is that just golf? You say it yourself.
Yeah, it is. Like, obviously, I would have liked to do better this week. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, it is what it is. I tried my best. I gave it everything I could, and it wasn't to be. And for me now, the next 2 months, obviously the playoffs are huge, but my focus and my work will be getting out of bed every morning to prepare for, hopefully, you know, going to Bethpage and winning that Ryder Cup. I think it's a big thing for us Europeans, and it's a big thing for me. And yeah, major season is over now, so everything turns towards the Ryder Cup.
Shane, these 2 Portrush Opens have been very special sporting occasions on the island of Ireland. How soon would you like to see the Open returning to
Next year?
or obviously to Portmarnock in the future as well?
Yeah, obviously it's incredible. Like, it's I think, you know, Darren and I were talking about it on the course. It's like watching it even on TV yesterday evening, how great the place looks. And obviously, you know, a bit of nice weather helps. But I think the feedback from players, from everyone involved, is how much they liked this tournament and how much they like this venue. As regards Portmarnock, obviously I've heard that they're talking about it. I've heard it might go there. Be amazing. 30 minutes from my house. I'll be able to stay at home playing an Open. And I think it's one of the best golf courses in the world. So I think it's good enough to host an Open, and hopefully it will soon.
But to have the eyes of the world on these sporting occasions on this island, just how special do you think
it's
like this small place?
it's great. And you know, I obviously travel the world, and I live in America, and you know, everybody I talk to wants to come to Ireland and play golf. And I think you know, people sitting at home in the States or all around the world watching this tournament on TV, it's going to make them want to come even more. So it's great to have tournaments like this here, and you know, it's great that like we've got players that are in the tournaments competing well in it too. And you know, like obviously, hopefully Rory can give it a decent run today.
Shane, do you think a week like this, when a few things went wrong, will give you an even greater appreciation of what you managed to achieve here in 2019?
I think so, yeah. I really do. I've thought about it a bit. You know, I'm very lucky to achieve what I did in 2019, and you know, I never dwell on it, and I don't, you know, I don't want to live off it. But you know, to be able to go out and win this tournament on this course was a very, very cool thing to be able to do. And you know, I really, you know, it probably made me want it too much this week. I really wanted to give myself a chance this week, and I'd love to be on to the first tee now, but I'm finished, and I'll go home and I'll cheer Rory on, hopefully up the back 9.
Shane, there was a special atmosphere then on the 8th. Just talk me through your emotions there as you put it up. Seems to be.
Yeah, it was great all day. You know, the crowds are amazing. We're very lucky in Ireland to have the support we do. You know, our people get behind our sports people very well, and I felt every bit of that today. I loved the walk down 18 was very, very special, and I was obviously thinking it was a little bit different the last time I did it, but yeah, it was nice, and you know, it was nice to see the crowd come out today, and you know, thankfully I put on a little bit of a show for them.
Shane, you mentioned the Ryder Cup a minute ago. Where would an away Ryder Cup win rank in your career achievements?
Yeah, it would be up there with everything else. I think I'm not sure, I can't speak for other players, but I personally put it way up there. You know, preparing, getting ready, trying to make the team, trying to go there and win. you know, there's probably not many days go by that I don't think about it. I think, it will be up there, and I would love to achieve something like that.
Sort of because Whistling Straits was quite sort of a tough week for Europe as well.
Yeah, it was hard, but then you get to experience Rome and how great that was, and you know, there's obviously a lot of talk about Bethpage this year, but you know, I do think as a team and as a, you know, obviously Luke and his, we've got a lot of continuity from the last one with his setup, and I feel like you know, he'll have us best prepared as he can going into it.
The reception you get in New York will be slightly different
This week.
Yeah.
Have you thought about how you handle that, about how all the people around you handle that, and what might be?
Yeah, we've talked about it. There's no doubt we've talked about it, but like it's still ongoing, and you know, you have to figure out a way to deal with certain stuff, and you know, it might not be as bad as they say. People say it will be bad, but we'll see. And I think if you're prepared for something, you'll deal with it okay. You know, I think when something happens and you're not prepared for it, that's when it gets hard. But you know, we'll be prepared. Luke Donald will prepare his team very well, and you know, we'll be ready to go.
Very few players anywhere when you go around the world get to experience what you and Rory got to experience this week. There's been a lot of talk about fulfillment around Scottie and that. Do you leave this week fulfilled because of all the moments you had, even without the silverware?
Yeah, like I leave this week probably. Yeah, it's hard, you know, because when you put so much into something and get so little out of it, it's hard. And I know Scottie talked about enjoying his win for 2 minutes. I think I enjoyed mine a little bit longer than that, but everyone's different, you know, everyone's different, and I think you've got to enjoy the moments as best you can, because when you put all that work in and you get to experience that, it's very, very cool. What do I take from this week? I felt like my game was really good in a lot of parts. I felt like, you know, I didn't score very well the first 2 days, and then obviously what happened, and then yesterday, you know, that's out of my control. And then I felt like I went out there and did well today to kind of redeem myself a little bit, and leave the place with a better taste in my mouth. But yeah, like I'll think about this over. I'm going away with the family for the next few days, and I'll be thinking about it every day. Like I'll be thinking about what happened, and you know, everything that went into it, and how can I get better, how can I improve, and when it comes around the next time, like how can I be better?
Everyone feeling better?
No, Wendy and Iris are still not great. They're going back down to Dublin, so yeah.
I appreciate it wasn't in play for you today, but what's the feeling when Scottie's playing like he's playing?
Well, I played with him the first 2 days, and honestly, I thought he was going to birdie every hole. It was incredible to watch. I said to Bones, actually, he was with our group. We talked about it. I saw his comments yesterday. It is incredible to watch. I wouldn't say he's unbeatable, because he's been beaten a few times, but when he's like that, it's, you know, when he starts getting that putter rolling, it's he's a hard person to beat. And even like today, you look at the scoreboard and you sort of think, yeah, like I think if Rory can get off to a really hot start and get the crowd behind him, might make it difficult for Scottie, but you know, people make it difficult for him all the time, and he comes out the other side of it, so who knows.
Rory said yesterday he was inevitable.
Yeah, I saw that interview and I thought, he probably regrets saying that word, but I think, it's, you know, I think, honestly, if Scottie's feet stayed stable and his swing looked like Adam Scott's, we'd be talking about him in the same words as Tiger Woods. I just think because it doesn't look so perfect, we don't talk about him like that. I think he's just incredible to watch, and his bad shots are really good, and that's when you know he's really good.
I like that Ryder Cup team that he's ended that on.
Yeah, well, he feels like he's mentioned the FedEx Cup playoffs just like sort of a passing thing, just to have it in there. But winning the Ryder Cup on away soil, I mean,
every day
that would cap off a career.
That's why I get up and work every day. Like, that's a big statement.
It just means so much, because last time was 2012, and it was a miracle. I mean, like, Europe didn't play well. Like, if they could go there and win in what is essentially the US's backyard in New York, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Rory said at the start of the week, we thought he was going to stick in the Indian Open as one of his two big events left this year. That was the Open at Portrush and the Ryder Cup, he said. And so yeah, it's for him as well. That's gonna be the big focus now. But I mean, for Shane's week in general, I mean, like Rory coming in, there was an awful lot of pressure on Shane to deliver this week.
The balls didn't fall in his favour.
No, I
That
mean
happens some
he played 2 pretty good rounds. Probably didn't get the best out of. Probably didn't have the best score over those first couple of days even before the penalty, and he
didn't put well enough.
Probably should have been a couple of shots better off.
Mm.
And then obviously the 2-shot penalty and waking up with a dose of
The
God
trots.
knows what. God
day.
knows what he had on Saturday was, I mean, pretty rough. And fair play to him for coming and playing on Saturday. And then I think he kind of got his just desserts today with I mean a great round, great reception.
It was the only highlight of the day for me. It was the thing I remember most today is Lowry.
Well, yeah, and he deserved to say it was a miserable week for him. Like I don't know, even if he hadn't woken up with a bad case of the SHITs, but like what happened to him on Friday night with the 2-shot penalty, it's such a hard thing to get over.
Yeah,
it's just with the circumstances of it all. He would have come out on Saturday very flat anyway, and I think himself and John Rahm just brought each other down to their level in some ways. But on Sunday, yeah, he was the highlight, and he looked like he was really enjoying his golf. Like you mentioned it there, I haven't seen Larry enjoy his golf in a good couple of months.
Yeah,
like so it was good for him to be out there, and great to see it as well. Like a couple of highlights, chipping in and then holing out from 183 yards on the 4th. So he really brought the fireworks to cap off what was a pretty disappointing day.
Do you go away from this tournament? I've harped on for years, and most people that ask me like your favourite course in the world, Royal Portrush is always up there with me as one of my top. Do you go away with a better sense of what this course is about, or do you, like, we may go away a little disappointed? I get the vibe from you that there was no weather over the weekend. Like I've seen Portrush being nasty. But what's your feeling in this golf course? We were up a few weeks ago and played it. What do you think?
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I said about the 2 disappointing opens. Like first 2 opens I ever watched were Carnoustie and Birkdale 07-08, like where the weather was terrible, scoring was just shocking. Like Portrush is a different style of golf course. It gives you a lot of birdies. Can obviously, give you a 6 or a 7 as we've seen this week. Yeah, I don't know. I love the golf course. It's my favourite in the country. Love playing it for those reasons. We can go out and compete on it. We can go out and make birdies. And I just don't know if I like that for an Open. I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't like seeing 15 under, 17 under winning.
Yeah, but that's just weather. I don't think it's one of the toughest on the Open rota. I think that's up there with Carnoustie. Like I've played all the courses bar Lytham and St. Anne's on the Open rota, and I would have that. Like,
well, your scores. I mean, after the round 1, where there was actually like some good proper weather, like 4 under was leading.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, that's great. I mean, if on the first day of a tournament, you don't take the leading score and multiply it by 4, and that's what you end up with.
And the winner, he was an ex-amateur champion leading it as well.
Yeah, because usually whoever's leading one of these tournaments after day 1. Like you could maybe double their score, and that might be the winning score or something like that. But I mean, my own, I've never played the golf course. Just putting it out there now.
We'll come up soon. We'll come
up. But I've been here. I've walked the course a few times before. I think it's an absolutely fabulous course. I think everything about it. I think visually it's stunning. I think the way it's rooted. I think
the out of bounds
where
sticks
the bunkers
at you.
are, the out of bounds, everything. It's
like there's only 56 bunkers, I think, on the golf course, but the out of bounds first 5 holes, there's trouble everywhere, left and right. It can bite you. I
think it's absolutely fabulous golf course for this tournament. Had we got a 30-mile-an-hour wind one of those 2 weekend days,
yeah, it would have been nicer.
I mean, you're probably talking, you've got a winning score closer to maybe 12 or 13 under, and that's right in the fun zone. Like I think.
Yeah, we still had two lost balls in this tournament.
Yeah, there hadn't been a lost ball since 2012.
2012. We've Harrington and Justin Rose losing the ball.
Harrington didn't even think his ball was like.
I stood in that tee box.
Obviously, he didn't think it was lost, but he didn't think it was in any deep rough or anything.
That
like
was an hour after
Which hole was that on?
Tripgate, the 10th. That was an hour after I'd left yous. I'd went off with the McKibbins there for a while hopping, and then on the 10th,
you were probably showing the marshals. The marshals who were supposed to be looking for the ball.
I left on the tee box. I was gone. I was done. But no, it was the course really stood up this week. I don't know when it's going to be back. Like, we were blessed to get it within 6 years of the last one. I don't know. Are we going to see? Are we going to see an open in Port Portmarnock before?
It all depends on
again?
If Portmarnock is definitely coming into the Rota, and I mean, all signs were positive leading into this week, but then they didn't say yes, they didn't say no, they didn't really say anything this week. So
there's too many courses on the Rota not to bring it back to this island within the next decade. It's just a case of.
Yeah, if Portmarnock is definitely coming in, then I think
32, 33 maybe.
I think Portrush will be back after that.
Yeah,
could be
3-4 years
after that. But
no, it's good. Any other takes you wanna? Do you know any guards actually?
Out of curiosity, like Scheffler is now, that's four majors he's got. Like, where would you set the over under for total major wins in his career? I mean, he's only 29. He's now produced this level of golf for a period of time that's. I mean, Padraig Harrington always talked about the 18-month spell where you peak for that 18 months and you have to do the majority of your winning during that period of time. It's already been 3 years for Scheffler. There's no reason to believe that it can't be another 3 or 4 years where he's like clearly the best player in the world. So. How many majors does he pick off before he starts to
I find that a really hard benchmark to try and find, because the easy thing to say is we're going to see this Scottie Scheffler. I did not think we would see this Scottie Scheffler that we seen last year this year. Do I think he's a sort of flash in the pan Jordan Spieth type? No. I think he's more than that. But it's how long can golf keep Scottie Scheffler satisfied? And I don't think very long. I cannot see Scottie Scheffler dominating past his mid-30s.
But that's
I can't. I know that's 6 years.
That's 5 or 6 years.
6 years in those majors, right? And yeah,
that's 24 major chances within those 6 years.
Yeah, but
you're thinking 10. I know you're thinking 10. That's why you asked the question.
Well, that is. Yes, that's
what everyone thinks.
That's one number.
What would he be happy with?
What's Gary Player? Gary Player's got 9, isn't it?
Yeah, I
think Gary Player's got 9. Does he get ahead of Player? How close to Tiger Woods' 15 does he get?
He doesn't get that.
He doesn't.
No, I'm not saying he gets it. I'm asking how close.
He doesn't have the want to that. I think if you were to give him double his majors now,
he loves practicing.
He does, but for how long?
He loves playing golf. He just doesn't
like winning.
He just doesn't love being happy.
He just wants fair play across the board. Like, he's like Trump saying you're going to be tired of winning. You can say, stop, Mr. President, there's too much winning. But I think, like, we all talked about McIlroy getting to 10 years, 10, 11 years ago. I think you'd put Scheffler in that conversation.
Yeah, I find it very hard. Yeah, I find it very hard. I don't know how long. Like, Scottie Scheffler's the type of guy in 3 years he could just say, do you know what, feck this.
Yeah,
he is that type of guy. Well, and we're getting that. This is the annoying part.
You think he's the type of guy that might do that? I think he's the type of guy that definitely will not say that. That's the. I think he's the kind of guy that's. I mean, what other excitement does he have in his life apart from reading the Bible and playing with his kid and playing golf?
Yeah, but that's all he wants. That's all he wants. Like, the annoying part for me now.
You want to go somewhere else there.
No, but the annoying part for me now. So we all get treated to, a few weeks ago, a month ago, we go to Mount Juliet to the Irish Legends, and you get to see your Woosnams and your, the older generation, the guys we grew up watching. Like, we're not going to get any of that with these guys going forward. These guys are gone. Like, these guys do not see golf. Like, Scottie Scheffler does not see professional golf beyond 40. I guarantee he doesn't see it. He's disappear into the sunset. Like, I'm a Leeds fan and I'd put him down as like a David Batty type. Retires, you'll never fucking hear from me again. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm done with this game. And we've so many players like that now, that there's so much money in the game. They come in for 5-6 years. They take. They go. Do kids idolise Scottie Scheffler? Do kids look up to Scottie Scheffler now?
Money doesn't motivate him.
It did to get there. Trophies and money is a byproduct of that. It doesn't now because he's so much.
The guy was driving the same car he was driving in 2012 up until last year.
Yeah,
like he's not somebody. And this is at this stage he'd already won like.
But that scares me
$80
even more.
or something like that.
Scares me even more.
No, so he doesn't give a crap about any of that.
But he doesn't give a crap about the trophies either. He just wants to win. I think the Byron Nelson means as much to him and now as the Claret Jug, because it's close to Dallas.
Kid, you're reading too much or taking this.
No, but
you're taking him too literally.
I probably am. But like, it's like I'm rambling on here a little bit about it. But I struggle to see.
Scottie, we know you listen to the pod. We know you're a big fan. Just let us know what you
give it a number. You know what? We'll draw a line under this.
Golf? Are you going to still play after you're 40?
Give me a number. Scottie Scheffler major count. No, even right. Put it this way: Scottie Scheffler more or less than Rory in his overall career.
Way
Majors.
More.
Way more.
Way more. I think Scottie's going to get to about 11 or 12.
Wow. And what do you think Rory's going to get to?
I think Rory's maybe 7.
Wow.
10-8.
2.
Scottie.
I'm a gobshite. I think Rory's going to win more. I do. I honestly do, because I think
Eurofan Plus has gone to your head.
I hope
no,
you're
because
right.
The only thing I'm basing that on is Rory is consumed by the game, and he's not going to play seniors golf. But I do see Rory McIlroy playing deep into his 40s, because he's only 4 or 5 years away from that now.
Yeah, but I see Scottie Scheffler playing until after Rory finishes.
I don't think like Rory McIlroy.
Scottie's going to keep picking them off.
Rory's had 10 years of longevity in his major career, and he is better player now than he was. He's
a better player now, but at the same time, how long will he be a better player now? I mean,
yeah,
he's like Rory is bound to start declining in 3 or 4 years. 5 years. In 5 years' time, Rory will be 40. Like,
I don't think so. I think players can play till a really good level till they're 50. It's modern.
I think they can play to a really good level, yes, but I'm talking about at what time is he still able to compete at the peak of his powers? He can still be a really, really good player, of course he can, but I mean, he's not going to be as good a player in his 40s. I mean, you'd lose.
I'm going 9-8, by the way.
Rory.
Okay. I think Rory will get 9.
Good man. I think I hope you're right. I definitely hope you're right. I just don't see. I just think Scottie's gonna keep picking them up. I think this time next year we're probably talking about Scottie with. He's gonna have probably 6 majors to his name. That means he's gonna win 2 of the next 4. He's won 2 of the 4 this year.
Be some crack if he went on a Phil Mickelson and didn't win the US Open. He's won like 10, 11 majors, but not the US Open.
That's possible.
It's possible, yeah.
But
it's more. I think it's more possible than your fantasy about McIlroy winning more majors.
Sure, listen, lads, I thought Matteo Manassero was going to win more majors than Rory McIlroy, so do not take what I say as gospel.
Manassero's back. I mean,
Matteo was having a good year, lads.
Having
a good year. Yeah, I think we're rambling on a bit now. Do you any other takes from this golf tournament?
It's just far away from home, isn't it? It's a long drive home.
Lee Westwood for me is another one that actually deserves a mention. Something's going to have to be done with these lads to get them back into the fold. I know. We'll get into next week.
Where did Westwood finish? He didn't get into the top 12.
No, he doesn't get him back in next year. No. But I'd say he made a lot of fans this week. He made a lot of fans.
It was tuna sandwiches comment was funny.
Good. I don't know why you're like moaning. You're now a man. You're giving up the fucking old amateur golf next week. Not going to the south. You going to the south, Ronan? No, I'm going to live.
Going to live.
Prawn Sandwich Brigade. Roy, if Roy Keane seen you now, you're abusing Cork all day.
Yeah, well, you know, I wouldn't say it to Roy's face.
No, I know. But no, Lee Westwood is one that he played. Now the Open is great for this. That it sort of lets older guys like that play and do along. But he looked comfortable out there. I would like to see the hand of, be it him or Sergio, that Luke Donald reaches out and asks one of them to be a vice captain later on the Ryder Cup. I think it'd be really good. We've seen the master of deflection tactics today this week at work with Scottie, in exactly clowns like me taking what he says literally, what he says in his press conference, and me reading way too much into that and thinking that he values the Byron Nelson more than the Claret Jug. But I do think it would be a good move for Team Europe. I'm not going to say us. I get abuse for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, since we're going to have John Rahm, we're going to have Tyrrell Hatton 100% in the European team. So it's not as if a live presence would be a complete outsider. Like had Sergio been
but
there
those
in
guys
Rome or something like that.
Poulter, Westwood, and Garcia. So Garcia is the record point scorer. Like, they have to include it. They have to get these guys back in.
But they are. Like, GMAC will be on commentary.
Yeah, we did. He took some amount of comments this week.
He did.
GMAC. It is. It's an interesting dynamic. I did see Bryson's presser as well. Keegan was like leaving little presents in all their lockers and messages and all. Oh, friend.
Yeah, that was funny because he said, "I'm not gonna." Yeah, it was. You know, they were like personalized messages, and then like they
love to see what he left in JT's locker.
I was just going to say that. I wondered if Justin Thomas get a little box of milk tray in his locker. He's like, that fucking prick, he's not leaving me. He's not going to pick me.
They're little balls of sheep shit wrapped up and...
He's leading. You can just see it now. Jason Gotterup walking out with all these presents in his locker and like that. And JT going, even he got one.
Yeah. But the couple of the American journalists and Bryson's presser were kind of pushing him to reveal it. He's like, I'm not going to tell you what's in it. And they're like, oh, but was it a personal message? He's like, he's not going to tell you. He's not going to. Just leave it. Just let it go.
If you're gonna, like, we're gonna draw a line under this pod, but if you can get a VPN onto your computer, if you're gonna read one takeaway piece from the Open this week, go and read Eamon Lynch's piece. I'm just throwing this as a total curveball. Eamon Lynch wrote a piece in Golf Week about the parades last night and the marching and the. It was so good. He will get away with it because he's from up here, but he drove the size 12s right up their hole and did not hold back. You know, some of these lads that struggle to get a bark off a dog on a date nap. That's pretty much the way he summed it up. It was very good.
Well, when you dress like that, you do well to get a date at all.
Yeah, no, it was proper. Right. Heroes and villains, lads. I asked a few minutes ago, does anybody know any guards? Because I got caught speeding coming up here today. If there's anybody listening to the podcast that knows, I've already got a few penalty points.
They're not allowed to do that anymore, Pete.
Yeah, they're getting more than Cork out in the second
Listen,
half.
There's a flag in it that you have your eye on. There's a flag in it for anyone listening. If there's anyone that can, reverse wire a speed camera halfway between Jonesborough and somewhere in Loud.
Oh, Loud's classic.
Oh, they got you just at the border.
Yeah, just at the border.
At the border.
Yeah. And Google Maps wasn't updated either.
They're going to do you up there. You've no hope.
Right, heroes and villains.
Ooh, somebody else start. So don't look at me.
Hero.
Right. Little Bennett.
What?
Him falling was so funny.
Yeah, no, it was funny.
It was funny. He was genuinely more of an attraction than Scottie Scheffler, and it's all about Scottie.
Yeah, I think
even you had Mike Woodcock out there having the time of his life with the child,
picking him up. Yeah, seen that.
Yeah, I guess if Bennett hadn't been out there, then like Scottie would have probably just stuck his ball in his pocket and walked off. There wouldn't have been any sort of celebration whatsoever. But a proper hero for the week.
We always get to this and there's no prep done whatsoever in heroes and villains.
We've done like what 7 pods this week. Can't have a hero every
I had
day.
Lee Westwood as my hero yesterday, so
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Not because he made the cut and likes tuna.
Well, that too, but also he won me a fiver off Ronan. Gave Ronan a 3-shot head start and still dusted Sam Burns for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna, in typical chairman of the board fashion, I'm giving it to Rory McIlroy. I think he's dealt with everything this week really well. Kieran, everyone's not there going, for God's sake.
Right, well, I'll give him,
glad the majors are over. Don't have to listen to this shite anymore.
Give it to Rory.
I'm giving mine to Paddy Harrington then. So the Paddy Harrington hero of the week goes to Paddy Harrington.
The 99 club.
2 3-irons, birdie.
That was
hole.
phenomenal.
I mean, that was one of the genuine highlights of the week.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. The Rory thing was in jest. I will totally back Paddy Harrington winning his own award, because I tried to give it to him 2 weeks ago and Ronan took it away because I was a week late, even though he won a major. So right, villains.
Garcia.
Why?
Just because
he smashed his driver today, actually.
Yeah, that's why.
On the second.
And you just have this nonsense to just praise him. Don't know why anybody likes him.
He's a fireball.
Okay.
My villain isn't going to be any one specific person, but there was an absolute load of arsehole shouts out there in the golf course.
Yeah.
We are not Yanks. Stop with this mashed potato shite.
Light the candle.
Give me
back my son.
The guy who said Bryson, that's my MVP. That was brilliant.
Right, well, but you also said he was a Yank. So
he was a Yank.
There's kids shouting mashed potatoes, and I'm telling you, if you're a parent, I actually said this in the pod yesterday. If you're a parent and your kid shouting mashed potato there, you want to get that.
You want to cop onto
get
yourself.
that back of that hand and put it to good use.
My Gary Player villain of the week, driving up here this morning, not only did I get probably done by a speed camera, a pigeon threw himself in through the windscreen of the car nearly. Like, he literally disintegrated. We were driving.
So you're your own villain of the week for
80
being a
mile an
murderer.
hour. No, I didn't murder him. He just
murderer.
threw himself at the car.
That's like being a murderer. Oh, I didn't actually shoot him. He just threw himself in front of the gun.
He just walked into my fist.
This thing disintegrated into the front of the car. Like, it was mad. And I was like, I'm sure we'll be going home now checking out the damage. But yeah, that's my villain of the week. That and the guards.
I'm surprised you can see on the road at all the daydreaming of McIlroy you're doing.
No, it's good. Listen, we're going to draw a line under it there. It's been good. You lads, fair play to you holding the fort here in the Irish Golfer House all week with me going home after falling down hills. Thanks to Shricks and Cleveland Golf for the sponsorship of the podcast. Visit eu.dunlopsports.com to check out everything they have, and you've Shricks and Stockets up and down the country. Like we said, even Scottie Scheffler's game and a Shricks and long iron in the bag this week, but they do have a full bag of unbelievable gear all throughout that have won multiple times in the PGA Tour this year, so do check them out. Yeah, cheers for anyone that's lasted this long. Fair play, well done. For anyone that hasn't, we'll chat to you again next week, and yeah, it'll be back to a normal week next week. Cheers for tuning in. Bye.